Okay, thank you. I'm actually also presenting with Olena Khan. And sorry, I'll have a picture up of her as well. Olena's here as well. Olena's originally from Hirson, and her and I were working together like a year ago, and we got to meet in person over the summer. But let me see if I can, am I able to share my screen?
I think so.
Okay. Let me see if I can do this. Hopefully. Okay, there it goes. Okay. So, yep. So as I said before, here's a picture of us from the summer. Elena and I were working together online, and it was a really great experience, but we were able to actually meet in person, and that was a really incredible experience. If you've ever worked with somebody virtually and then you get to meet them in person, it's very a surreal experience. Olena, did you want to introduce yourself too?
Yeah, thank you, Liz. Hi, my name is Elena. As Liz said, I work in Kherson State Agrarian and Economic University. We worked together with Liz in virtual educator project. It was a really great experience, but greater it was to meet Liz in person, really, in the USA. And of course, except personal meeting, we got a lot of experience communicating with our other colleagues. So yeah, it was nice. So and today we are going, yeah, to present for you some ideas how to make your life as a teacher easier, let's say so, using low prep activities.
Great. Yeah, and so like I previously said, I am living in Poland, but I'm originally from the United States, and I was working with Ukraine the past 2 years, and it was a great experience. So just an overview of what we'll do. We'll start with a check-in and then go over some activities. So first, can I have you guys go to this Mentimeter? And I can actually share the website. It might be easier that way. Let me
Yes,
just
I think, and we will be able to see the results. Yes. Mhm.
Yeah, let me just do it that way then. Okie dokie. I'll present it here. Start presentation. Okay, so hopefully you guys can see this here. And I'm going to hit start presentation. And it's loading up now. So maybe you were able to access it already with your QR code, but you can see it here.
Yeah.
And let's see. So what comes to mind when you think of low prep for teachers? And we should be able to see the answers popping up. So if you just scan the QR code, mhm. Okay, some people are coming in now. We have four: time saving, uh, lifesaver. I see some people typing. Lack of no prep, low prep, maybe no prep at all. Like, oh, I forgot. Material light, yep. Um, lack of time, um, limits of limits of time, yep, exactly. Engaging. Mhm. So rather than depending on, yep, exactly. I was just about to say that. Rather than depending on material, you're using the students as the source. Time saving. Overworking. Overworking. Okay. I'd be interested. Who said, anyone want to expand on the overworking? Just out of curiosity.
Yeah, I can say that I agree with all of these prompts, yes, options, but overworking, I can't get it. I don't know what it means, but yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
overworking. Hmm. I guess in the sense that you have these prepared these activities prepared in your back pocket, just ready to go. So maybe in that sense, it could be overworking. But I also wouldn't want to call it underworking. Yeah. Okay. Did someone want to expand on the overworking? Who said the overworking, if you want to clarify? No pressure if you don't want to. Okay. I was just curious. All right. Well, that's pretty good. I think we got some pretty good responses here. I'm going to go back to the slides. So, we're going to do a couple of quick activities, and I want you guys to go to a website. And I did not know about this website. Actually, Elena told me about it. So, Elena, if you want to.
Yeah. So as I told, I'm from Kherson, and maybe those who are from Ukraine, yeah, you know that it is a front line now, and mostly we work online or have a blended learning. So we like adapt different techniques, yeah, to make our online education more effective and more engaging. So, and one of the sites I use with my students, and I can say it's really low prep activity, is this one you can see on the screen, windowspep.com. I will post in the chat the link. Maybe you would like to use it later. So, and if you don't mind, I would like to share my screen with you and show you the site. I think I can do it, yes? Can you see the site now?
I can share it. Actually, I can share my screen here.
Uh-huh.
I'll just go back there.
Okay. Please,
And
please share the.
okay, let me do that one. So window swap and okay. So you should be able to see it here, window swap. And I'm using my personal hotspot, so maybe it's a little slow. But so the website is window-swap.com. And it would be great if you guys, I was actually going to put you guys into breakout rooms. So if you guys could actually go to the website, maybe it won't open on my end, but go to the website.
Maybe let me do it.
Okay. I just can't. There it goes. Okay. So I was going to actually put you guys into breakout rooms and have you guys individually go to all the window swaps and then discuss those questions. Let me see. Okay, sorry. Here we go.
Yeah, so the idea of the site, yes, that you can open any window in the world and see the real view, yeah, from this site. I hope now you will be able to see it. So it's like an immersive website that allows users to look through someone else's window, yeah. And this activity is very engaging. Students like it a lot. So you can click each time, and each time you will have like really new view from the window, and it's possible to use with different levels. Yeah, it's from the beginners up to advanced and with different ages. So I will tell you how I use it usually. Yeah. So for example, if you have a beginner class, you can ask students describe exactly what you see and hear. You can also hear on some of the windows you can also hear some sounds. Yeah, it can be traffic or birds or something like this. So you can describe students to describe exactly what you see and hear at the moment, and you can give them like some prompts. What is the weather like? What objects are on the windowsill? Is this a city or a rural area, and so on. If you work with intermediate, yes, students, you can ask students to prepare like a first-person narrative, and it helps them to create fluency. And let's say to speak 30 or 60 seconds, depending on students' level, yeah, and their preparation, to role play as the person who lives as there in this house. So to describe as the owner, the landlord of the house, which we can see on the screen. If you work, for example, with the advanced students, yeah, you can ask students to sorry, to be like a detectives, yeah, and to find some evidence which can prove that it's some certain destination, certain culture, certain climate, or certain lifestyle. Of course, there are a lot of variations to work with this site. One of my favorite and the favorite of my students is called Traveled Agent Pitch. So we open any picture, and sometimes if you will use this site, you will see that sometimes pictures are not very, let's say, tourist attractive. Yeah, it can be some rural area or industrial area. So, and in this activity, the travel agent pitch, they should like sell us this destination. They should tell us something nice about this place and persuade us to visit this place as a tourist agent. So it's a very nice activity, and they like to do it. And as usual, usually I give them like 30 seconds to do this. So they have 30 seconds to sell the location they can see on the screen. So it's my favorite. Maybe you can get your own ideas, because there are a lot of ways to use this site. Yeah, as Liz said, we can now work in some breakout rooms. Yeah.
I'm so sorry for interrupting you, but we have some technical problems and breakout rooms don't
Oh,
go.
really?
Oh, that's totally fine.
Yeah,
We could just
I'm
use
sorry.
the chat then.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, that's no problem. So I maybe everyone could on their phone, they can go ahead and open it up and just type in what
Yes.
location you got.
Yeah,
Is it
then just
similar?
open and tell us what location did you get, how similar or different is it from your surroundings? Is this a place you would like to visit? Yeah, you can see these questions on the screen. You can tell us, yeah, or write in the chat if it's more convenient.
Yeah.
So try to use it as well. Be a student.
Yeah, basically how you would use it in the classroom. Um,
You can, if you visit the site, you can see the location. It's written in the right, yeah, in the right top corner, if I'm not mistaken. You can see the location. It's usually the city or the village, the name of the city or the village, the country, and also you can see the date when this view was, I don't know, was taken or something like this. Yeah. I don't see any responses in the chat. Oh, yeah, we have one. I got a view from Ashoka University, India. I would say this place is quite similar to my surroundings. Both have a cozy atmosphere. Great.
so
Thank you, Vlada.
India. Great. Any other ones you guys want to share? So Vlada, how about, let's see, maybe I can call on somebody. Anybody want to volunteer what they got? You don't have to type it if you don't want to. Davis, California, the USA. It's quite different from my surroundings. Okay. So is that a place that you would want to visit? Davis, California?
I think I don't know really. It's a very
Yeah,
beautiful place.
Mhm.
Maybe I would like to visit it.
Yeah, Davis is a great place. I would not just visit, I would move there if I could. Yeah. All right, awesome. Well, if you guys want to keep submitting responses, go ahead. Maybe we can go on to the next activity. So let's see here. So this is a one-word summary, and the reading I took is The Fig Tree by Sylvia Plath. I don't know if anyone here is familiar with the book The Bell Jar. Has anyone read the book The Bell Jar by Sylvia Plath? It was a book written in, I believe it was the late, David, yes? Okay, thumbs up. Sylvia Plath, so she wrote a book called The Bell Jar. I think it was published in the late 50s, I believe. And there's a section of the book where she is talking about her life as a fig tree and how she's at this point in her life where she has to make a decision. But if she makes one decision, she loses opportunities in a different way. So it's not really a poem, it's just a short part of the book. And I actually have there's a reading of it from the Master of None TV show on Netflix by Aziz Ansari. I was going to play him reading this part of the book, and then I want you guys to summarize this part of the book, The Fig Tree, in one word in the chat. So let me go ahead and share this on YouTube. Actually, you might be able to see it on here actually too. Let me see. Can you guys still see my screen?
No, at the moment we don't see it.
Okay, let me see if I can share from here, if it'll work.
Now we can see, yeah.
Let me see if I can get it to share from here. If not, I have it open on YouTube as well. Okay, let's just do it on YouTube. Okay, so here we are, Aziz Ansari. And this is a scene from the TV show Master of None. It came out about 10 years ago. And hopefully you guys can, I don't think I shared my volume, but let me see if I can share sound. Okay, there we go. Okay, so here we are, Master of None. I'm just going to play this. It's 1 minute long. It's very short. And I want you to just think about what he's saying, and then we're going to summarize it in one word. Okay? Here we go.
I saw life branching out before me, like the green fig tree in the story. From the tip of every branch, like a fat purple fig, a wonderful future beckoned and winked. One fig was a husband and a happy home and children. And another fig was a famous poet. And another fig was a brilliant professor. And another fig was Europe and Africa and South America. And another fig was Constantine and Socrates and Attila and a pack of other lovers with queer names and offbeat professions. And beyond and above these figs were many more figs I couldn't quite make out. I saw myself sitting in the crotch of this fig tree, starving to death, just because I couldn't make up my mind which of the figs I would choose. I wanted each and every one of them, but choosing one meant losing all the rest. And as I sat there, unable to decide, the figs began to wrinkle and go black. One by one, they plopped to the ground at my feet. Okay. So,
hopefully it kind of started glitching at the end, but hopefully you got the main point here. Let me just stop sharing real quick. Okay, so hopefully you guys were able to hear most of that at least, but he was talking about, actually, no, I'm not going to explain it because then it will kind of influence what you say. So, in one word, how would you summarize this part of the book, the fig tree? And you can go ahead and write this word in the chat. Longing. Okay, longing. That's a good one. Choice. Choice. Good. Anybody else have a word? So a word I always thought about when I read this part was sacrifice. Overwhelming. Yeah, overwhelming variety. Yep. A word I always thought about was sacrifice. That was mine. David, did you want to expand on why you said longing?
Oh, I guess just the desire to explore so many things and adventures, and probably that, this is impossible for one person in one lifetime.
Yeah.
But it's exciting, but maybe disappointing too.
Yeah. And I think this is a timeless issue as well. Like, so this was written in the 1950s. It's 2026. I still very much feel this. I still very much feel this. So she's talking about maybe I can, become an Olympic swimmer, or maybe I can have a bunch of kids, but you kind of have to make a choice, and choosing one thing can lead to losing another thing. So I think this is just a universal thing that many, many people feel. Climate. Rusudan? Did you want to explain the climate? No? Okay. No, okay. What about overwhelming variety? This was Olena P. Okay, I mean, maybe that kind of speaks for itself too. I mean, overwhelming. It can be very overwhelming. Yeah, definitely. Well, let me go back to my slides. So choice, yep. So let's go on to the next activity here. Okay. And here we go. And so this is another website that, can you guys see my page, Story Dice?
Yeah, we can. But if you don't mind, Liz, can you remove your presentation? I will share the screen. I would like to show.
Sure, absolutely. Maybe it'd be better to, go to the website.
Yes.
Yeah.
So another site which I like to use with my students is here. It's for storytelling. It can be used both for written activities and for speaking, but mostly I use it for writing. Yeah. So you can see the site here. It's like dices. Yeah. You can roll them every time, and you will have the new combination. You have two versions. It's 5 dice or 9. So it depends how much time you would like to spare. It's a 9 dice version. Yeah. So it's like a digital prompt generator, yeah, to design to spark immediate creativity, and you can roll them every time you like, and you can ask students to write the story. There are also a lot of options how you can work with these. For example, if you work with beginners, yeah, you can asked to describe each icon as a literal object in the story. For example, if you can see a key icon, yeah, on the screen, so they should find, let's say, a physical key, yeah, in their story. If you work with intermediate students, you can ask them to use these icons as a theme or a metaphors. For example, let's say the same key icon represent like a secret or a solution to a problem. Yeah, if you work with advanced students, so you can ask them, for example, to describe yeah, the picture, but do not tell their group mates what the picture is. So, and of course, our main task is to give them ideas for writing or speaking. And here you can ask them, for example, you can divide your class into groups, yeah, and give each group different genres, but the same dice. And as a class, you can see how these dice will be different depending on the tone of the story. Yeah. Also, you can set a timer, let's say for 5 minutes, and students must write one sentence for each icon, and they are resulting like in a 9-sentence micro story or in a 5-sentence. Yeah, it depends how many dice you will use. Also, it's possible to use the site for writing dialogues or speaking. Yeah. So they must have a conversation between two characters where each of the 9 icons is represented naturally within the speech. So also it's possible, yeah, to write different stories when, for example, you would like to use it as a warm-up or lead into your lesson, or just you have like 5 free minutes. It's not, and it's engaging. Students like the effect of surprise, yeah, because they don't know which dice they will have here. And of course, visuals usually generate ideas, yeah. Students usually have problems that they can't inform here for story. And this side to do it. So if you can see, yeah, my screen now, we can roll again. And you can see different, yeah, different dice, and maybe you can write a small story or tell a small story. This,
Story, maybe a couple sentences. You can give it a go. I'll try to.
yeah, let's try. So the story is always new.
So I used a bobby pin to, okay. I'm trying to make my own story too. I just did the first line, like the paper, bobby pin, and laptop. I said, I lost my paper clips, so I used a bobby pin to hold my papers together. I broke my laptop the week before, so now I have to handwrite everything. Oh, here's another one. I went bird watching one day, holding my binoculars to watch them closer, but all of a sudden it started to rain, and I realized I had left my umbrella at home. Oh, perfect. Very good. Any other? Maybe I can give you guys a minute. I actually did this activity with my students today, and I put them in small groups, and I had people writing short stories in pairs, and then I had the two groups switch the story, and it was a lot of fun. A lot of students had a good laugh as well, made some funny stories. Okay, maybe like one more minute. You guys can finish up your stories.
I think I can stop sharing, the screen
Okay,
so you can
yeah,
open the presentation,
great.
maybe.
Yeah, so if anyone wants to share any more, they can. Um, it is also, I mean, it's kind of like it's a fun activity because it's not super serious, I guess you could say, because they can have a lot of fun with it. Oh, there's another one.
It's
Let's
me.
see. Oh,
Yeah.
it's you. Okay. Tom came to school with a paper, a hairpin, or sorry, a hair clip, a laptop, binoculars, an umbrella, a burger. Wow. A bandage, and a light bulb. A bird stole his burger, so he used the binoculars to chase it. He slipped, needed a band-aid or bandage, and then opened an umbrella indoors. The umbrella hit a light bulb, and everyone stared at him. Oops. Tom just opened his laptop and said, "This is fine." Okay, great. Vlada has one. Let's see. While doing some paperwork, Emma was fidgeting with her hair and noticed her hairpin was gone. She started looking on the internet for a new one and found a good deal. In the evening, she went to pick up her order, but it started raining. So Emma decided to stop by a burger place and stay there for a while. Emma sounds like me. Something I would do. Okay, awesome. It's interesting. I noticed hairpin. I said bobby pin. So it's interesting also how we kind of like interpret the pictures as well. Hairpin. Yeah, I guess it's hairpin or bobby pin. Maybe bobby pin might be American English. So, okay. Well, for the last assignment, I might just have to explain it because it kind of only works in groups because there's an element of secrecy with this. Let me go ahead and make this a little bit bigger. So I'm back on here. So this is more of it's a speaking and a writing topic. So you have to do both, basically. There's a person describing something, and then you are, actually, you have to draw. So it's more of like a speaking practice. And I did this activity with students while teaching prepositions of location. So to do this activity, you have groups of 4 or 5 students. So I usually try to keep it relatively small, the groups. And then there's one person in each group who is given an image. So I like to make this image kind of like an abstract image, something they can't just imagine. So if I say a house with a tree out front and there's a dog in the yard, it's kind of easy to imagine, right? So I like to find kind of strange abstract photos that they just can't kind of fill it in. Um, so the one person gets to see this image, and then the group has to draw what the person is describing. So the one with the image needs to make it clear where things are in the picture. So for example, if I say there's a small house, there's a car parked on the right side of the house, there's a large tree in front of the house, they need to give those sorts of details, like it's on the dresser, it's under the table. And so I guess we can't do breakout rooms, so we'll just have to look at it. And that's fine. So um, if we were in the breakout rooms, I would have one speaker scan this barcode here, and then that would lead them to these images. So as you can see here, these images are all very abstract. Like if I'm describing like the first one, for instance, it's kind of hard to imagine this one, right? So group one, the one person in this group would have the image, and then that person would be describing. Maybe they would say, there's a woman, she's standing in the middle of a room, her hands are above her head, she's wearing a ballerina outfit, her tutu is shaped like a table, and she has a teacup, teacup and a teapot on her tutu table. So as you can see, this can really lead to a lot of really interesting photos, a lot of interesting drawings. So while the one speaker is talking, the other people are drawing these images, and then at the end they all get to see the images, and kind of some people get it pretty spot on, and then some people it's like totally off. So yeah, it's a lot of fun. But yeah, again, if you want to use these images maybe for your class, you can actually take a screenshot of this here. So you can have the QR code that will take you to the photos. Yeah, and this is actually a really, really fun like opening activity for students. And your students will definitely be laughing and having an enjoyable time. Yeah. So let's go on here. And actually, sorry, I mean, we couldn't do that activity, but any questions you guys have for us, or if you would like, I can always send you the slides too if you would like to use these activities in your classroom. I can give you my email address as well. Oh, we have more stories too. Let's see. I was searching for the best burger while I saw an advertisement on my computer. I took an umbrella and suddenly cut my finger while opening it. I searched for a bandage and then went to eat the burger. It was amazing, and I wrote a review on the paper. I even drew a trophy. Okay, that's funny. Nice. So an award-winning burger. And the last one, it says, on my way back home being soaked wet, I had a blister and no plaster in my bag. The hot burger saved the day, and I came back home full and happy. Nice. Very good. Yeah, it is very nice, like a bandage, plaster, seeing these like variations in English. Very good. Very good. All right, you guys. So any questions you have for me or Elena? Questions, concerns? No? Okay, that's fine. I'll share my email address, and you guys can, if you would like the slides, feel free to email me and I can send them to you. So here's my email address if you need to contact me. And maybe Elena, if you have an email that you would want to share, that's fine too. David?
Yeah, can you tell us about your work you did in Ukraine?
Yeah, sure, absolutely. So the past 2 years, so as you can see behind me, there's English language programs. So English language programs, there's 3 different like branches. There's virtual educators, then there's fellows, and then there's specialists. So the first year, my husband was actually working as an English language fellow in Hungary. So for 2 years, he was teaching at a military academy in Hungary, and I was like, well, what am I going to do? So I actually found the virtual educator program, and it's through the State Department as well. And so for 2 years, I was working with the State Department. I shouldn't say working with the State Department, through them. And I was teaching in the Odessa region, Kherson region, and I was volunteering in the Cherkasy region. So while I was teaching in Ukraine, I wanted to do more, like more, I guess you could say. So I found the Peace Corps a virtual volunteer program as well. So during COVID, the Peace Corps actually opened a virtual option for people because they can't really travel during COVID. So if you're looking for any sort of volunteer experience, you can go to Peace Corps. It's called Virtual Service Pilot, and there's different programs all around the world. There's some in Mongolia. Like I looked at some of the projects where in Mongolia you can teach pilots English. But of course, I wanted to go to Ukraine, and I actually worked with Cherkasy for almost 2 years. Yeah, I was doing volunteer conversation clubs with Cherkasy, and I only just recently stopped doing that. About late April, I had to stop because this summer I'm actually moving back to America. So I
Oh,
had to
sorry.
stop. Sorry. Well, so the virtual educator program is only 2 years and then you're done. And then the one I'm in now, it's also 2 years and then you're done. So now I live in Poland, and I've done 1 year. I could do another year, but my son, he's kind of at that age where he's going to be starting school. So I'm like, okay, we have to move back to America. So.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm always trying to get people to cooperate with Ukraine. So those are some good tips. Thank you.
Yeah, I actually recently wrote something about it. If you email me, I can send you about
Okay.
like virtual experience with Ukraine,
Thank
where
you.
you can do like volunteering, and also about the virtual educator program too. I wrote about that. If you'd like, I can send it to you.